Hey guys, Inflatable Guy on 5 here. Quick announcement before I do this video. Sorry for stepping in. um, I'm sorry I pushed this video off. I just have to make an apology for starters. I've been pretty busy and I'm going away at the end of the month. I'll be making a community post about that soon. I've been trying to do more community posts because they get a lot of likes and a lot of comments. And people like to chime in and say stuff and we all come together as a little community, a fan base of mine, and we just talk a little bit there. So, I will make a post about that soon, but, sorry I pushed this off for a little bit. It took me a while to do this, because especially with, the problems it's had, and I had other things from Noah I wanted to review first, my good buddy. And, so, basically, I'll explain why I did what I did with it, because there was physically no other way. This thing was completely fucked. And, yeah, I did use Christmas lights, and I'm not ashamed of it. Don't really care what, the people think, because before I did this video I posted pictures of it in groups, and one group that got it, which is, there's a good side of the community and then there's the bad side of the community, the people that don't have room to talk, the people that spend, someone actually in that group spent about $500 on the original light show and it didn't even work. It doesn't even work all the way. So I'll ask you guys a question and let me know in the comments what you think of what is a proper jazz band. I would love to know what that means to you, because someone said that in that group, and I'd love to know what a proper jazz band is, because to me this looks like a plain jazz band. That, hey, I guess to that person, I guess maybe they thought it was a Santa sled design, like, damn, maybe they thought it was a snowman light show, but no. So I'll explain why I did it with the Christmas lights in the video. It was mainly a mapping out thing to figure out where I could put the most C7s and how many, because I want to do a lot more C7s than the original one had, because I wanted it to be a lot more brighter than that one was. And it had the C7s in it. Noah left all that in there, but because he chopped off the soundboard, I asked him to chop it off because it was all dead. I'll be posting a video inside that video, a video he sent me. So, like, I'll say, like, here's a video of why he did that, because it was originally going to come the way you saw it in his yard, but when he was drying it off in his garage, it started glitching and messing up, and the board started smoking and cracking and acting weird, and basically, I guess it got water in it, because it wasn't covered or something, or it was just getting old, and it just fried itself completely. You'll see how it stopped the light show completely, and it sped up the music, and then eventually just stopped playing music. And there was no saving it, so I said just to keep shipping low, chop off the sound box, the actual module, because no reason for it, it was all dead. And he left all the lights in there, all the C7s, so they were in there, but they were not attached to anything, and they were all physically cut off. So I had to pull all those out first, and then string in these lights, but it's just a mapping out. I already bought the C7 strands. I bought them about a month ago. This was just so I could make the video, and then make an update video when I fix it, and get it all completely working, because there's still a bunch of stuff I have to do for it. But I figured I haven't posted anything with sound in a while. I wanted to get this one out at least, so it'd be something interesting. And I wanted to get the rest of the Christmas reviews out, only because I'm not doing Christmas anymore at this point in time. I'm going to start moving on to Halloween and getting the theme ready for the yard. And you're going to see the theme this year. I will make an explanation video on what I mean by theme. It's going to be different, and it's not going to be another classic display. I'm not doing that. That's a disaster, and I wish anyone luck who does classic displays, because it's pretty hard. But without further ado, we can get right into this video, and see you guys on the other side. So, Playable Guy 05 here, guys, and welcome back to a new video. And today here we have another special one. As per usual, today we have the 2019 jazz band that was sold at Home Depot. Now, if everyone doesn't know, this was the end of a legacy of, this was the last light show ever made, unless you want to count, like, the Halloween one that came out at BJ's a couple years back, but that's not really a light show. That kind of is, but kind of isn't. Light show kind of has lights synchronized to the music. Not usually synchronized, just blinking. That's like a light show. Like the crime scene, the cemetery gateway, those are kind of light shows too, but because not all of the light shows are synchronized, and this one is another one of those. But this was the final light show they did for some unknown reason. Don't know why. Maybe they stopped selling great. But this was the final one, and I think it was definitely a good send-off to remind people of the first one that came out. One of the first, I believe, which is The 2007 Jazz Band, and that's my dream one. This is also my dream one because they're basically the same thing for the most part because I love the songs. And I love this design too. I love this newer. It definitely screams 2018, 2019 by the characters' faces. Not overly cutesy, and it is a pretty big design. I'd say it's a nice medium size. I want to say this ran you about $150. I might be wrong, but I believe that's what I remember. And I was in Florida at the time this released. I just didn't collect inflatables at the time, but I got this off of Holiday Master or my good buddy Noah, who always hooks me up with the good shit as usual. And this was actually a project. Two of them are a project. He made 2 light shows. That is the hardest one I got to work on. That's the 2013 one from Menards. That has a lot of issues that I got to work on, but there's going to be a video on it. But this is going to take a couple minutes to explain, which is going to be fine because you'll understand why I did all this in the first place because of that reason. So, he bought this on Mercari, which is what I was watching, for about, I'm going to say 120 to 220. I can't remember what it was. I forgot. But I was watching it, and so was he. I noticed he bought it. He did a video on it. And then he turned it into a custom. He took all the LEDs out and the sound box, and he had the original band from 2007. And he put the control box and everything on that into this. Not the fan. He, wired on the control box. All the lights were in here, too. All, 20, 23 bulbs were all in here. And, I asked him if he would trade that at the end of the season when he was posting stuff. I said, hey, would you do that light show? He's like, yeah, I just gotta take it down and dry it off. So I noticed in the video, it was acting kind of funky. The sound was, a little bit high-pitched, more warped. I don't really know what that means, if that meant water damage or something, but then by the time he took it down and let it dry it off, strings and Mr. Christmas soundbox to make it all synchronized. It never was synchronized anyway because it's missing a character. It's missing a polar bear. I don't know why they chopped it off, but they did. And it's missing that character. Honestly, I'm fine with the 3 and the big-ass drum. It looks really nice with just the 3. And definitely I'm a lot more equal proportion, but it was out of sync because it was missing that. So when originally it called the trumpet, it would play the drum and I believe the saxophone. So it never was synced up all the way, so I didn't really feel bad about doing this because there's literally no other way I could have done it. Because I didn't have all the old equipment, because he got rid of it, God knows who has it now. So I had to do my own spin. It took a while and some brainstorming for about a day with me and my one friend to figure out a way I can cobble it all together and make it look good. And I did it today on my day off of work, and I spent about 4 hours doing it. Definitely the longest project I've done of restoring something. I've done it a couple times in the past of making customs. There is one I do have to do a video on, of the Headless Horseman. I did a tease of it a long time ago, but I never showed it. A lot of people commented on it saying, I can't wait to see it. Sorry if you're watching to disappoint. Never happened, but it will be done soon whenever I pull it out again, because it's a pretty big inflatable. But, so all this has Christmas lights. 4 strings of Christmas lights were used on this. And it looks really good, because you can see and tell it's Christmas lights, just like old ones. I wanted to do that, because one main reason, I didn't feel like buying C7 bulb lights. But not even just that, I thought, I should make this as classic as possible, like the old ones. So I thought it'd be really interesting to try the Christmas light method. And it looked pretty good. I'm not going to use that on any other inflatable I do. Mainly this one, because there's a lot of chambers to get through. My hand had to go through a lot of chambers and stuff. It was pretty hard to get, especially into the guitar. I actually had to cut some holes in the guitar to get up to the top of it, because literally you couldn't get through it. But this fan does have a 125, and there is no original box, so it does go in that box, because that inflatable barely exists. That one barely exists, but it has a 125, and it gets up pretty quick, so you're going to see it now. And I'm going to have to talk a little bit louder, because 125 is pretty loud. You can see the penguin wiggling, but it's going up. It does get up on its own, which is really sweet. And there you go. Really fast, too. So that'll probably be one of the first things in the yard to get up. But as you can see, it is now officially up. And on my phone, it's showing some weird things with the bulbs. They might act weird in the video and blink and do stuff that they're not supposed to. Like right now, it might be blinking. It's not actually doing that. They're at slow steady right now. Like when I'm moving my phone, to me it looks like the bulbs are moving around and stuff. I don't know if that's coming up on your guys' end when you watch the video, but I guess there's nothing I can do to prevent that. But here it is, and don't worry about that strand over there. You're not going to see that when I tuck it under it. It's just up like that for now because I'm putting it away after this. But yeah, it looks really good with the Christmas lights. The thumbnail will give a better picture of it because, like I said, these aren't going to come up great on camera. Christmas lights never do. So I put lights in Santa and the guitar. That blinks together. The snow bass, for the most part, blinks together. And it's starting the next song. The Mr. Christmas Soundbox is plugged in with these, except there's no music because I will be playing their music out of a speaker when I'm home. And when I'm not home, I'll just turn on the Mr. Christmas Light Show and they'll be good to go. And I have it set to the rock settings, so it only plays rock music because he has the guitar. And then the drumming, Penguin, him and his drum both light up good. The drum is decent. You can see it says Rock the Halls and the Holly. He all blinks together. And the reindeer over here is probably my favorite character out of the three. I love the top hat he's wearing. And the antlers.